Well, good morning. My name is John. I'm here to. We've got an interesting presentation for you guys today. Who here hates when you've got to use multiple remotes to control the different devices you've got in your house? Almost everybody. Okay. Well, today we're going to show you how you can program your remote control, and we're going to use the UVerse remote control as our example to program all the devices in your entertainment center, so that way you've got one remote to control everything. Before we get started, I'd like everybody to kind of go around the room and introduce themselves, and just let me know, how many remotes do you use on a daily basis? We'll start over here.
My name is Letitia. I think I have used 3 different remotes.
Okay.
Mine's Morgan, and I have these 2.
Okay. Okay.
Jennifer, I use one in the living room, but 2 in the bedroom.
Okay.
I'm James. I use this remote right here in the living room, but I do have to use an additional 1 or 2 for special occasions.
Okay.
My name is Ashley. We use 2 in the living room and 2 in my parents.
Okay.
Sean Glenn, and yeah, we use 2 in the room.
Okay. Well, as we go through, I'm going to be referencing the buttons on the remote, so I'm going to go ahead and pass these out. This is just for you guys to keep. This is just an overview of the remote and the buttons on there, so that way you can keep. We're going to be referencing some of these throughout the presentation today. All right. If you have any questions, does anybody have any questions before we get started? Okay. So the first thing we're going to do is we're just going to go over a brief overview, just a reminder of the buttons. Across the top are your 4 mode keys. Now, you know the different mode keys will let you control the different devices. Obviously, you have the AT&T button, so that's going to control your receiver, your AT&T box. The TV button will let you control your TV, and then you've got the DVD, VCR button, and the auxiliary button. Underneath, you've got, on the bottom section, you've got the input keys, which like your 1 through 10, it lets you control the numbers on the channel, and it will also let you manually put in the program codes. In the middle, you've got your directional buttons, up, down, left, right, and the center OK button. And then, of course, you've got the menu key, the watch video on demand key, and of course, your channel guide key. Those are the most important buttons on that remote, which pretty much all of them, but there's some other buttons that we're not going to talk about. Some things to remember about the UVerse remote. The mode key determines what mode your remote control is in. So if you're trying to turn on your DVD player, but you haven't pressed the DVD button on your remote control, it's not going to work. Okay. So just remember the mode button has to be pressed for whatever mode you're going to control. Of course, the arrow keys give you mobility and accessing the menu. The input keys let you put in the numbers. The OK button is like your bullseye button. It selects whatever you've got highlighted. The menu key lets you get to the video on demand, the live TV recordings, and your channel guide button lets you access your channel guide. If you need to restore your remote to factory settings, first thing you need to do is you need to press and hold that AT&T buttons on the top left of your remote. Once you've done that, release it. You press the hold the AT&T key and press the center OK button to activate the functions. Release them and both lights flash twice. After you do that, you'll key in 900. That's the factory setting. So if you've got remotes mixed up and you're trying to control your TV, like you've got multiple rooms in your house, and you get them mixed, and you don't want to take the time to figure out which room it goes to, you can factory reset the remote and just start over by entering code 900 in the remote. Okay. Now, how to program your TV? There are 2 different ways. The first way is, of course, using the manual programming, which would be using the input buttons, the numbers 1 through 9. That's the manual code search. We're going to take you through. I'm going to show you how to do the automatic code search, which is 10 times easier, because there are literally hundreds upon hundreds of manufacturer codes for your TV, and that's just for your TV. Then you've got your DVD players, your sound system, your auxiliary system. I personally have my remote set up to control my box, and it also controls the volume on my sound system, and it controls the power for all 3. So who here has like a sound system in their house? Okay. Controls the DVD player? What was the special case? You have a DVD player to control? Okay, cool. In using the automatic search, what you're going to want to do is For automatic search, what you'll do is you'll take the mode button, and it works for all 3 modes. So if you're trying to do your TV, what you do is you press the TV button and the center OK button on your remote for 2 seconds and let them go. When you do that, the lights will flash twice. Then what you would do is you point it at the device that you want. So we're going to do your TV. Okay. So for your TV, you'd aim it at your TV. You can enter code 922 for automatic search. Once you do that, you're going to hit the play button on your remote. So AT&T and OK, the lights will flash. You'll key in 922, which tells the remote, hey, I'm going to start looking for codes. Okay? Once you hit 922, you'll hit the play button once at a time until you find the code that works. You'll know you find the code that works because it'll turn off. Once your TV turns off, you know you found the right code. After you found the right code, what you'll do is you'll press the OK button one more time, and that'll save the code. Okay? There's also ways you can do it manually. If you want to do this manually, what you would need is you would need the code list from AT&T, which there's a reference on. You can go to AT&T.com, and there's a reference list of all the manufacturer codes that you can get on there. Once you enter into the manual code list, what you do the same thing. You're going to do TV or DVD or auxiliary and OK at the same time. Hold for 2 seconds and let go. When the lights flash twice, that means it's ready to go. This time, instead of hitting 922, you're just going to type in the 4-digit TV code that your TV has, that your TV manufacturer has, and press the OK button. Once you hit the 4-digit code, you hit the power button on your TV. If the power turns off, the code worked. If it doesn't, there's like 7 or more codes you can try. This is harder to do than the automatic code search. I don't recommend this unless you've got an off-brand TV. Like, what brand is your TV?
Vizio.
That's not an off-brand TV. What's your?
I can't even recall, but I know ours in the other room is a very off-brand and it's hard to program.
I don't know. I didn't buy it.
No one knows what brand their TV is. This is going to make it very hard for y'all when you program your remotes. Emerson, those are hard to program.
Yes.
Emerson,
Black Friday special.
Yep.
Black Friday specials.
I
will tell I will tell you, Vizios are usually, and on the automatic program, on the automatic code, it's usually 10 hits on the play button will turn it off. Emerson's like 500. So find the code, write it down, save it for later, because if you're manually going through, I know it takes me like 20 minutes. I'm sitting there going, really? Really? LG is 5, RCA is 1. So if you've got an RCA, they're the easiest ones to program. So,
What about
but,
Sony?
Sony's are depending on the newness of the TV. If it's a really old Sony, it takes a while. But if it's a newer Sony, it's anywhere between 10 and 20 presses on the keypad. So, but I would always suggest figuring out what your code is and writing it down somewhere. Like I have on the inside of my remote control cover a little sticky note with the code in there, so that way in case it ever gets unprogrammed, then I can just key it back in. But you can do manual programming too, that works just as well. You can also do volume control for other things. This is what I was saying, like I have my volume control set up for my sound system through the AT&T remote. Is that red light blinking? Is there a red light blinking over there?
I don't see one.
Go check that camera.
Yeah, it's blinking.
Oh, crap. That means this isn't the video. Okay, come back.
Mom, come back.
You can do volume control different. You can do volume control for other options. I'll just explain that one in the comment section of the video. To set your remote to do volume for other options, what you do is you follow the same process, except this time you're going to press the AT&T key because you want it to control the volume while you're watching AT&T programming. So you want it to control whatever sound system you're using. So when you do it this time, you're going to do 955 on that keypad, and then it'll flash twice. Once you've done that, you'll go through and you'll hit the key. So you'll press AT&T and OK, and then you'll press 955, and it should do the volume for the device that you've selected. You can also do channel control options with your remote. Same way, you'll key in 966. You do AT&T and OK, you do 966, that controls the channel. So you can change the channels on your TV or like your inputs, you can control everything with your remote control. You don't have to go up there and press the input button or get the remote control and do the input on that one. It will also do power for all your devices if you hold the AT&T and OK button and press 977. Once you do that and you hit the power button, everything will turn off. So you can do channel, volume, and power all with your remote control. So you don't have to use two different remotes to control your different devices. Once you program them, just one remote will do all of them. If you found out that you're not using all of your devices that you programmed, you can deactivate them the same way. You would hold the mode key, and on this particular one, for example, these are the codes to deactivate the remote. So 1254 will erase all TV codes, 2254 for DVD, and 3254 for auxiliary controls. If you want to reset your volume, channel, and power programming, you'll press and hold the AT&T and OK buttons and key in code 902. That's the factory reset code for AT&T. Now, for different TVs, there's different codes: 900, 922, 955, 966, 977, and 902. Those are all codes that can reset the entire system. So if 902 doesn't work for you, then try one of the other codes. Some commonly overlooked remote control issues: if your remote's not working, like if you're trying to turn on your TV, James, and it's not working, check the batteries. You know, bad batteries equate for bad remotes. If you're trying to control your TV volume, but you've got it set in DVD mode, that might be one of your reasons.